Welcome back again, everybody, for your stimulus update today. Do you remember the conversation that Nancy Pelosi and Mark Meadows had just a few days ago about the next stimulus bill? It was a 25-minute conversation and it went nowhere. But now Nancy Pelosi and Stephen Mnuchin have had a phone call and it wasn't 25 minutes. It was 36 minutes. I mean, literally, they gave the exact time frame down to a minute, not just 35 minutes. 36 minutes. I'm going to tell you how that conversation went and what each side is saying and give you my thoughts about that in just a moment. Also, Donald Trump is now issuing more executive orders that I'm going to tell you about. It's almost like he's unilaterally doing the stimulus programs on his own. He can't do everything, but he did do a few more. I'm going to tell you about them right after this. Welcome back once again to your stimulus update for today, Wednesday, September 2nd. Let's first talk about that phone call between Stephen Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi, that 36-minute phone call. How did it go? This is directly from Nancy Pelosi. She said this: "Sadly, this phone call made it clear that Democrats and the White House continue to have serious differences, understanding the gravity of the situation that America's working families are facing. If it's really grave, then let's pass what we agree on and let the Americans vote in November." That's what I'm saying, Nancy Pelosi. House and Senate Democrats, she continued, have repeatedly offered a compromise. Over a month ago, we said that we would be willing to cut $1 trillion from the HEROES Act if the White House would add $1 trillion. Last week, we said we would be willing to go to $2.2 trillion. In our conversation, I reiterated the hope that the Republicans would come to the table and work with Democrats to save the lives and livelihoods of the American people. Couple things. Number one, if you're really serious about this, Nancy Pelosi, you got some images of you coming out, going to hair salons that are shut down to the American public, at least going inside to them, and you're not wearing a mask in the middle of the workers. You're talking about science and seriousness, yet you're being a little hypocritical there. Also, if it's really important for the American families, I can tell you running this channel, the American families want another stimulus payment, which you are holding up. The American families want more unemployment boost, which you are holding up. The schools need more money, which you are holding up. I think you should agree to the $1.3 trillion. And just so you guys know, not only am I okay with Nancy Pelosi agreeing to the $1.3 trillion number, which is a lot less than what she wants, I am also okay with Stephen Mnuchin jumping his number up to $2 trillion. That's right, I'm okay with both situations, because when you take a step back, you realize $1.3 trillion is enough to help the American people right now. Then we have an election, and then the American people will put into power who they want us to lead forward. And $2 trillion, another $700 billion more than 1.3, is not going to undo the American economic system. You're going to get the aid out to the American people that they need right now. So that was the phone call between the two of them. It didn't go well, but they still are trying to negotiate. Like I reported in the last video, the Senate Republicans are going to be voting on and passing their own skinny bill next week. It's a $500 billion bill, and it's not going to go anywhere. All they're trying to do is prove a point that they can pass a skinny bill in the Senate, which is ridiculous because it's going to be completely partisan. You're going to get 51 or 52 Republicans only voting for it. So all you proved is some sort of partisan skinny bill that no Democrats voted for. It's not going to be able to pass the House, so you prove nothing. And it also doesn't help the American people out enough, so it's really a waste of time. The other big news is more executive orders from Donald Trump, in which he's basically pushing forward stimulus programs on his own. The Trump administration issued an order on Tuesday banning landlords from evicting tenants from properties if they cannot afford to pay the rent because of the loss of the pandemic. This is a residential ban, and this protects a lot of people. This is a very good thing. However, I have reservations because you are protecting the individuals who are tenants, and that's good for them, but you're not protecting the landlords. Landlords still have the ability to do forbearance on those mortgages, which is good, but the president has to be able to protect both sides in this, and I'm a little concerned that there's no legislative power or legislative bill to back up with money the protection of those landlords. They still have some stuff coming in from the CARES Act, but it's not enough. You can't just executively legislate a bill to protect one side, but not the other. That's something that's really important that he's going to have to consider in the future. But up until this point, Donald Trump has now issued an executive order to continue continue unemployment boosts, up to $300 and an extra $100 from the states if they opt in or not. He's also done an executive order to halt the collection of student loans and interest. He's also given eviction protection from tenants who cannot pay due to the pandemic. And he's also continued the summer program for the kids. One of the things as a teacher I like a lot when the kids go away on summer, a lot of times in schools, that's where they get their food. But right now, a lot of schools aren't meeting. So they continued the summer programs to feed millions of kids through this program. He's done that by an executive order. And he still is in agreement with signing a bill anywhere between $1.3 and $2 trillion. Say what you will about Donald Trump, but he is in fact moving forward in every way he really can, being the head of the executive branch, to continue to provide whatever stimulus programs he's able to do, pulling funding from different places. Yes, there are negatives. He pulls funding from different areas that needs it and puts it into other areas. But what he's doing is he's looking at what is most necessary right now. Meanwhile, the legislative bodies in the House and the Senate are failing to pass additional stimulus bills for the American people. I do know, though, at the end of the day, you guys just want to know, when is it going to pass? I see the comments, even the negative ones where you guys put blah, 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 same old story. I can't tell you anything that's not happening, and I can't make something up. There's already channels that do that. You've seen them before. Oh, new stimulus is coming. It's definitely here. Yay, it finally happened. If you want to watch those videos, you can. But if you come here, all I'm going to do is tell you exactly what's happening in the news. Unfortunately, both sides are failing us right now and continue to do so. We had a 36-minute phone call. I'll tell you guys about it. Donald Trump signed another executive order. I'll tell you guys about it. And I'll tell you how I think about it. Is this stimulus thing going to happen? I don't know. I can tell you how it might if we have a new mix-up in the government in January and February. I'm not saying, a lot of people think that I want Joe Biden to win. People don't know. Do I want Joe Biden to win? Do I want Donald Trump to win? Nobody really knows. I'm not saying I'm pushing for any one of these two to win. I have my own personal opinions. All I'm saying is after the mix-up of the election, even if it's the same administration or a different administration, you may then get the ultimate push for the next stimulus bill in January and February. A little bit of a mix-up can do that. You know what I mean? Say the Democrats, say President Donald Trump wins the presidency, but the Democrats win the Senate. You're probably going to get a stimulus bill passed. That's probably going to be $2.3 trillion, and President Donald Trump is probably going to sign it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not promoting a particular candidate or anything. I'm just giving you the reality of the situation. In addition, President Donald Trump clearly wants to provide more stimulus to the American people. He is showing you that with his executive actions and his words that he's willing to sign the bill that they put forward to him, which means you have the election coming up. You now have Stephen Mnuchin, who's the one who's talking primarily Nancy Pelosi, which is good because Mark Meadows is clearly the fiscal conservative. And if Donald Trump can move Stephen Mnuchin a little bit, Stephen, listen, man, just make it up to the $2 trillion number, figure out the details. I'm going to sign the bill. It's time to do this. If Stephen can listen and they can get a thing done, I think it'll be good for the American people. It'll probably be good for Donald Trump's election bid as well. I mean, you don't want to leave the American people without more help, businesses, unemployment, stimulus checks, all these things that are needed. So I do still foresee that this can happen. But I can't report to you any fake or false news just to give your hopes up, but I can give you the positive stuff that you know is true at the same time without actually telling you it's definitely going to happen. So those are the two ways I foresee it going down. These are the headlines for today. Hope you guys appreciated it. If you do, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Give the video a like. Liking the videos really helps out a lot. Thank you guys for supporting me and the channel just by watching. That's all you really got to do. Thank you so much. As always, I will catch you guys next time.